When you're overwhelmed, your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain responsible for complex thinking and decision-making, starts to shut down, much like your brain goes into low power mode, trying to conserve energy just in case there's an emergency. This is why you might find yourself staring at your to-do list, unable to decide what to do first, or why you keep switching between tasks without finishing any of them. Your brain literally struggles to think clearly and make decisions. When this happens, your ability to regulate emotions takes a hit too. You might get more irritable, frustrated, or start having thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never get through this." Before you beat yourself up, the truth is, our modern world is pushing our brains beyond their natural capacity. We're not wired to handle endless notifications, constant task switching, and information overload. Every time you check your phone, respond to a message, or switch to a new task, your brain has to redirect its resources, which is exhausting. For example, a software developer starts waking up at 5 a.m. just to find some quiet time to code before the chaos begins. And a small business owner literally spends the weekends catching up on work that couldn't be finished during the week. Their brains are desperately searching for moments of peace to process everything. But here's what's fascinating. When researchers studied people who multitask heavily, they found that their brains actually become worse at concentrating and organizing information. This shows that trying to do everything at once literally changes how your brain works. Unfortunately, the effects go beyond just feeling stressed. Your brain starts to slow down. You might forget things more easily, your thoughts might race, or you might find it hard to think logically. Some people even develop symptoms that look like brain fog or memory problems. The worst part? When your brain is overwhelmed, it craves quick relief. That's why you might find yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media or putting off important tasks. It's simply your brain trying to escape the pressure, even though these behaviors usually make you feel even more overwhelmed later. Good thing is, mental fatigue isn't permanent. Just like muscles recover after exercise, cognitive function can bounce back with the right kind of rest. The key is giving ourselves proper recovery time. Recent studies show that chronic stress without recovery can lead to changes in brain structure, particularly in areas responsible for memory and emotional regulation. But these changes are reversible with proper rest and recovery strategies. Here's a powerful hack. Instead of tackling everything, ask yourself, what one thing, if handled, would relieve 80% of my mental pressure right now? This approach works because it narrows focus to what truly matters. Maybe it's that big project looming overhead, or that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. The prefrontal cortex excels at prioritizing when it's not overwhelmed by choices. So by limiting options, you can make better decisions and feel more in control. I like to think about an overwhelmed brain like a cluttered desk. It's hard to find what you need when everything demands attention. The same principle applies to mental tasks. By identifying the most impactful action, we reduce the cognitive load and make space for clearer thinking. Do you also know that under constant pressure, stress hormones like cortisol flood your system? This is bad because these chemicals are meant for short-term emergencies, not daily stress. If they're present every time over time, they can actually impact memory and focus. That's why taking breaks isn't lazy. It's essential for mental health. Interestingly, most people that work overtime admit that longer hours makes them less efficient, not more. In fact, one marketing manager discovered that stopping email checks after 6 p.m. led to sharper thinking the next day and completing more work in less time. This is because every notification, every email ping triggers a small stress response. Over time, this creates a pattern of heightened alertness. That's hard to break. But studies show that setting clear boundaries allows the nervous system to regulate itself properly. If you want to master setting boundaries, try focusing on just one thing for an hour. No phone, no email checks, no quick social media glances. At first, your mind will resist, but stick with it. This is because studies show that attention span improves significantly with consistent monotasking practice. And it isn't just about productivity, it's about neural plasticity. Each time we practice focused attention, we strengthen neural pathways that support concentration. It's like building a muscle. The more we exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Research even shows that people who regularly practice monotasking not only improve their focus, but also experience less anxiety and better memory retention. So, if you want to start with a mental declutter, take out a piece of paper and write down everything swirling in your mind. This simple act makes things feel more manageable. After doing that, practice the 2 minutes rule. This simply means that if something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Now, this isn't just good advice, it's backed by neuroscience. Quick task completion releases small doses of dopamine, motivating you to tackle bigger tasks instead of procrastinating. Now, this might sound crazy, but deliberately choose what to fail at. Yes, you heard that right. High performers know they can't excel at everything. So maybe leave the laundry to sit unfolded for a day, or don't respond to that non-urgent email immediately. By consciously choosing what to let slide, you free up mental resources for what truly matters. The goal isn't to become a productivity machine. It's to create sustainable patterns that work with your natural cognitive rhythms. So start small. And remember, feeling overwhelmed isn't a character flaw. It's a sign that something needs to change. By understanding and working with your cognitive limits instead of against them, you can break free from the cycle of constant overwhelm and find a more balanced way forward. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.